Hello, welcome to the Little White Pill. This is the one about sex.
Straight up. Just like that.
With
Okay.
no shame.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Okay. Let's take a look at our magic book, our sex book. Okay. Okay, what do you wait, hold on. Let's quickly discuss the beginning of sex, right? We'll start with the topic of sex with the beginning of sex. Aphrodisiacs. What weird ones do you know of? Maybe you could share your own as well, perhaps?
As a man, I would like to say, we don't really need those, so we don't know them. But from Beyonce, I learned that watermelon is an aphrodisiac.
Okay.
And apparently chocolate is, but I don't believe it. They are full of lies.
Okay, personally, I don't like chocolate, so I can't agree. Don't look at me like that. I don't.
But apparently, is it chocolate or dark chocolate? I'm not sure which one it was, or which one it is.
Chocolate is not an aphrodisiac. It just makes women feel good because eating chocolate releases oxytocin in the brain and women have more oxytocin receptors.
I agree. That's it. Milady, anything? Nothing? Okay. What about there are oysters apparently that are aphrodisiacs too? Apparently. Rumor has it.
Actually, I've read a lot of studies which say that there's no such thing as a proper aphrodisiac, nothing that you'll eat and will make you want to have sex.
Okay.
It's just a very strong placebo effect from certain things. Alcohol is not an aphrodisiac, it just inhibits prohibitions, things you wouldn't likely do, you more probably feel welcome to do it. Drugs are the same. So it's all about your state of mind, whether you believe something is going to do this to you or it actually just alters the way you perceive the world.
Okay, I understand your placebo effect thing and all of that. But what is it about wine specifically that seems to work for anybody?
What do you mean?
I feel like wine is the go-to thing for everybody.
Wine.
Is that like a worldwide placebo thing?
Wine.
I don't know.
I'm not talking about that, right? I was gonna say, what if, when your girl, let's say for instance, she cooks a meal, and whenever she cooks that particular meal, after that something's gonna go down. It's not that it's the meal, it's just her preparing that particular meal. You know that, okay, after then, I know, D-Day.
It's conditioning. It happens a lot. That's how you train an animal to do stuff. And human beings are essentially animals.
Sorry. Wait, is it in the way she prepares the meal or you're talking about the meal itself?
As in, you know how during the week, let's say you eat pap, milk, whatever, but you know that when she cooks this particular meal, this means that, after we eat, she's dessert.
I may be young, but I'm ready.
Okay,
That's what that meal means.
hold on. Wouldn't one be worried perhaps of what's this waza situation? Because if it's that particular if it's that particular meal that makes a guy get turned on, surely something must be up, right? No.
She doesn't mean that it's the meal. She means that the fact that she takes the time and the effort to prepare that meal that you like, then that turns him on because you're very considerate and you're very attentive towards what he likes and stuff.
Okay.
So this is his way of rewarding you for doing that.
Okay. Yes.
It's kind of like if you and your girlfriend, you know the patterns that, today she's wearing that pink bra. She's sending signals. So today she's cooking lamb chops. She only cooks lamb chops when she wants sex. So today she wants sex. So you don't have to ask today, you know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's not really an aphrodisiac, it's just signals. That's what I'm saying, it's conditioning. Your dog knows if you say something that sounds like sit, it must put its butt on the ground to please you. Right? So you as a man now know okay, this woman wants sex because when she wants sex, she'll cook lamb chops or she'll wear the pink bra.
So here's a question to the women folk. How does it feel being asked for sex?
It's the biggest turn off for me. Because women, when it comes to sex, I think it's very premeditated. You have to think about it. And you have to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally that I'm going to do this today or tomorrow or whenever it is. It's never, well, I'm not speaking for all women, some women. But because it's premeditated and she has to think about it, convince herself that today.
Yeah.
When you ask for it, it becomes an obligation. And she doesn't want to feel obligated to do it.
I agree.
Here's the thing. What must can happen now? Because you must get consent, right? And how do you get consent without asking? So you must just try, and if it doesn't work, you must stop.
To answer your question, what must can happen? You need to calm down, buddy. Because if she doesn't want money, then that's not her fault, is it? It's not her fault. I mean, it has nothing to do with you.
It's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe, right? And he was explaining he is a pastor, author, yeah, an educator. Yeah. So he was talking about how women tend to use sex as punishment to men or as a reward. And he made it clear that sex to women is not a need. We don't thirst for it. It's more of what you guys prefer. What we want is affection the most. And sex sort of kind of covers that bit of affection part. But the minute we get affection, we can give you sex anytime. But it shouldn't be a give and take kind of thing. But what my point was, what I wanted to say is, what I wanted to say regarding the whole asking a girl, like, please do not ask. First of all, it is really a turn off. Like, it's like saying thank you when you're done. You don't thank me. So, yeah.
Look, I mean, for me, let me say, to answer your question to me, I find it, I wouldn't say I find it offensive, I wouldn't say that I think of it as a turn off. I feel like it's inappropriate. Don't ask for it. Like, at least, wait, hold on. At least, like, lay your game down as nicely as possible. Whatever you've got to work with, whatever God has given you, try to work with that and work it to your advantage. Don't come at me and be like, so hey, what's up? What's good? You know? I'm sorry. I'm not that girl. I'm not. No.
I want to say that if you're asking what must happen, the same way she cooks to give you a signal, I'm sure by then you would have discovered things that she likes and things that sort of get her at ease and stuff like that. So you should be able to work on that to get it.
So I must also develop my own signals. That's what you're saying. I have one signal. That's it. Because it really is, like you said, women need to think about it. You need to feel. It's about feeling. Now I agree with that. It's about feeling. I've read books about it and stuff. And men, it's go. Anytime. Wake you up in the middle of the night. Do you want? Yes. Why not? Why not? Why not? You can say it how you want. Me, you, fuck now. It works. My one swear word. Yes.
Okay, you know what I think? I think don't ask, like initiate. Like just come to me and, I don't know, like go behind me, kiss my neck, then I know you want to do it. And by me, I don't have to say no. You'd see by my reaction when I push you off, then you know it's a no. Because the minute you start going, can we or don't you want to, it just turns me off. Like the fact that you wanna even tell me, don't tell me, just lure me there, like just get me there. Okay. Yeah.
But now then, even the way you guys react when you are saying no, it must be what's the word I'm looking for? Sensitive. Because when the man goes, baby love, and then he's there, it means he's already there. But now if you go no, in his mind it's like, you will fuck. now every time that old folk is there, every single time he wants to do something like that.
But do me. Now I forgot.
Look, I feel like even if I'm like, no, stop, you don't take me seriously. So now what must happen? If I don't say, bruh, no, how else am I supposed to say it? How else am I supposed to consider your feelings?
Okay. I'm gonna speak on behalf of the men. Sometimes we women, we are very unfair because we expect you guys to be sensitive to us, yet we are insensitive to you. Like, hence you come to us and you initiate it, and we come with a straight face and be like, no way. So what I suggest is that it can't be just okay, because sometimes us girls end up like we say no, not because we don't want to, but because we just want you to keep trying again and again. Now I'm not gonna lie, I know you guys hate that, but we do it. We keep saying no. First of all, we don't want to sound ratchet, like going yes, yes all the time. Second of all, it's kind of nice, you know, going baby, come on, like love you, you know. It's so I suggest that if we tell you guys no, let us rather give you reasons as to why we say no. Like for instance, like I'm having abdominal pains, I can't do that. Like I'm not in the mood. Can you please understand? Tomorrow, babe. Like just not now. Let's be sensitive about telling you guys. Yeah.
And isn't your persistence what differentiates your approach towards, I'm sorry to use this term, but a hoe and the real bae? Because if it's your real girlfriend, you're more sensitive to her saying no. And you're going to keep trying, and you're going to try all sorts of methods that are going to somewhat convince her. But if it's some girl that you really don't care about, you're going to ask once. If she says no, you're going to go.
But now, you guys say, sometimes you say no because you want persistence. If we persist and then you still say no, or we persist and you say yes, it creates a pathway in our brains. Because if I persist and that's what you want, I will assume that's what you want all the time, most likely. That's why, yes, whatever the
But to me,
wants.
understanding that women are different from men, you know that if she says no, 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 that's no. Don't pretend like this girl's giving me mixed signals. If today it's no, 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 it means today is no. But if she says no, okay, sharp. Today it's sharp. Tomorrow it's no, no, no. Because the thing is, you guys, your systems are straight line, right? We have to go through whatever our body decides in that moment. Your mind might be in that state of, yeah, I want to, yes, my man. But your body will refuse to cooperate. It will refuse to cooperate because a woman, it's a cycle and it's emotions and it's what went through her day, like how her day was. And she has to get now her feelings, her mind and everything all in one line and agree that this is something they're going to engage in.
Alright, let's just very briefly, if you want to share, what are your personal turn-ons? I'll start here. Okay, I'll start here. Okay,
I don't
start
think
here.
I have one. For guys, it's just touch my thigh and point. The machine gun is loaded.
Let's look into, like, if you were to see a girl, let's say if there's anything about her physical attributes that might turn you on, or that's the general question that I'm asking.
The Duku situation, bruh. The Duku situation, bruh. Duku, and then not freakum dress, but you know these dresses that just lie on your body and just, oh, Jesus.
As an ad-lib, because today there's no ad-libs because reasons. Hair wrap cover her hair, dude. Yo. That Duku situation, bruh. Woo! The head wrap. Woo! Oh yeah, and also summer dresses, skirts, thigh-high boots, stockings. Just dress, just the way you're dressed. Presenting, packaging. Just, it has to be right. Sometimes, like, the situation must be correct. Like, you know.
I have a thing for smell. Guys, if you smell good, even if you're not mine, I'm not saying now if you're not buying and you smell nice, I'm gonna go there immediately. No. I'm saying if you smell nice and you're trying to hit on me, already you've ticked a box. You're closer than the guy who doesn't smell nice. I have a thing for smell, and I have a thing for the tricep guys. I'm not a 6-pack girl, but that line right there, it's a problem. The arms for me are definite.
I'll agree with the smell thing. That's a very big thing. That's it. Because when I hug you, before anything happens, I can be like, hey, how you doing? And give you a hug. They're already done. The lights are on now. We just need to get the background music and the disco lights and everything is fine, Set the mood, whatever. Is that, and mostly, or most importantly, I think conversation. Stimulating conversation. That it's, for me, it's a mind thing. It's not, oh, I see he's got a big dick. Oh, yes. No, I'm not that girl. I can see it, it's fine, it's great, you're blessed, but that's as far as that goes.
For me, it's a massage. Like, I don't like anyone massaging me because I get so turned on. I feel like I get turned on all the time. So, whenever, like, I think my boyfriend knows that if I say, babe, can I just get a massage? Even though not even, he knows, like, yeah, not that anything's gonna go down, but I'm just saying, like, I'm in the mood for something to occur. And another thing is, I think a sweet gesture. Since, okay, I don't get, but I hardly notice other people's sweet gestures. They don't turn me on, but particularly my boyfriend, if he does something sweet, the most smallest thing even, like for instance, him sharing something on Facebook with my Facebook account, like if I asked him and he thought of it and I never thought of that. Like for me, I don't know, those small things kind of, they get me all turned on, and then I see a smile and I'm like, hey, yeah.
I forgot what I wanted to say.
Hands. Girl must have nice hands. Must look good.
I also have, like, it's not a turn-on thing, but good-looking hands and feet. And then it mustn't be ashy and then have cracks on your heels. No.
Also, this is very personal, but ankles must be a certain width. Like, yeah, I'm very picky about ankle width. Like, it's a thing, it's serious. Like, yeah.
Okay, so?
I'm almost done.
I actually wanted to wrap up that and move on to something else, so if you want to contribute.
Yeah. With me, I've always found that it's not a specific trigger, so to speak. There are a combination of factors that all have to come together. Quite frequently, like all guys will have their lists. They'll have their list of this, and this, and then goddamn. But oftentimes, the chicks that really stand out to you when you're like walking down the street or something are people that look more than the sum of their parts. Like if you take them all together, everyone has their preferences when it comes to body parts. If you're like, alright, her legs are okay, her back is okay, her ass is nice. But then when it all comes together, you're just like, I don't understand what is happening over here. So it's always that like it's like there's this certain point, there's this tipping point where someone goes from just okay and being like significantly more than the sum of their parts. And I think that's important as well to consider, because then that means even if you come up with a very comprehensive list of everything that you want to do just right, it ultimately becomes now when that situation arises.
For me, I also agree with that, and I also have this thing where if it's not a spiritual connection, I don't know if it's spiritual connection, but a lot of the people that I've allowed to be in my life as a boyfriend, it's the minute I look at them, there is some form of feeling that is overwhelmingly overwhelming. I know that this person, the minute I see you, I should be like, this guy could be my boyfriend. And that would separate him from every other guy that has a tricep that smells nice and all of that.
Okay, sweet. Thanks. Let me just wrap that one up. I'm going to sit for too long on that. Okay, experiences. Experiences. Some of your weirdest, your funniest, maybe your best?
My worst. I had my worst experience when a guy went down on me. It was so painful.
Huh?
Like, it was my first time, eh?
Was he lowering you?
Like, no, he was sucking. Like, this is so gross though, but like, yeah, stop doing that. Like, he was doing that. It made me honestly dislike when a guy goes down. Thank goodness someone came in. Yeah, you know. But yeah, that was the worst. And like, the thing is, he had big lips, you know. In my head, I was thinking maybe he's good because big lips are, the jazz. Like the brother man, I don't know what happened. Like, it was so bad. You know, when a girl moans out of pleasure, it was like I think, and I couldn't tell him. That's the thing. Till today, he doesn't know because I didn't tell him. I was like waiting. Whenever he went down, I'm like, it's fine. I'll do it. It's cool. I just pleasuring you pleasures me. That's my excuse.
Look, first of all, I don't understand why people think people with big lips are good at oral sex both ways. Like, I really, really don't understand. Many a times guys have said, wow, your lips look so nice. Like, you probably give great blowjobs. I'm like, well, and you never really know what to say, because now you can't say that the people that you've helped out haven't complained, but at the same time, you don't want to be out here blowing your own horn and proving them right. But yeah, anyway, sure. My worst experience, when it feels like things are just going too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't ready, and then it's just like boom, and then that's it.
It's over.
Yeah, that is like I'm not even sure what to say now. Thanks.
There's a picture I saw during the week, and if a guy ejaculates too quickly, it shouldn't be seen as a bad thing. It should be seen as a compliment to the woman, because it's so nice. He just couldn't contain himself. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I don't think. Okay, the only worst. Okay, because my experience is so limited. But the first time with this particular boyfriend, I told you about it. He wanted it so bad in the relationship, but I never consented to it because of his intentions. But it happened, and this was my only experience where it was out of a relationship, and I swore that I would never do it out of a relationship again. It was not boring. It was thought through. It was because of the intentions and the reasons. I just lay there, and he did whatever he did. It was uncomfortable, it was cold, it was boring, it was there. And I lay there, and in my mind I'm like, but this is not rape because I consented. But that was the worst experience because I just lay there. And it's just, I told myself, this is not what sex is about. This cannot be what sex is about. And so my worst experience was that guy because, yeah.
This wasn't fulfilling.
Sounds like there's a little bit of projecting going on ideas people have beforehand and afterwards. It sounds like there's a little bit of projection happening of ideas and experiences. But I personally haven't really had bad experiences, I would say. I've only had different experiences, and it's sort of like a learning process every single time. I mean, you don't know anything when you go in, you don't know everything when you go out, and it's never going to happen that you do know everything. I can't remember who it was, but I always like to quote him when he talks about the nature of knowledge. It's that it's not really gaining knowledge, it's shifting ignorance. So that's more essentially what happened. When you explore different parts, it will always be different. And if you're not willing to have a sort of give and take and learning relationship between that, you don't, how do I put it? Neither of you are going to grow either way. Then I can agree that that's not what intimacy, that's not sex is supposed to be about. When that happens. But even if it is a classically bad experience, as in like you have it in movies portrayed as that this was terrible. If you're not willing to learn from that experience at work, if you don't look back on it, you only ever learn when you're making mistakes. So, yeah, that's what I have to say.
There's something that a friend of mine said once, that this man was going down, I think. I don't remember exactly, but what he was doing was wrong. And then she just let him assume that what he was doing was on point. And then by not telling him that, it lets him think that, hey man, I'm the shizness. And then this man goes through his life thinking that, and then that's why I have a problem with you and the biting thing.
Okay.
Well, when it comes to experiences, I mean, it's about learning someone, what they like and what they don't like. So if you try something and it doesn't work, the person must tell you, look, okay, this doesn't work. Otherwise, if they lie to you, then what are you going to do? You don't know. The only feedback you have is what they're telling you, what they're showing you. So if you fake an orgasm, or you fake this, or you lie about that, and you don't say this, then obviously your truth is never going to be heard.
Okay, with that bad experience, like, I didn't tell him because I know what kind of a person he is. The ex, I knew what kind of a person he was. And I didn't feel comfortable telling him because I knew that when we did it once, we're not going to do it again. In my head, was really determined, like, I'll find every possible excuse not to do it again. So, but with the new brother man, right, since we have sort of grown to know each other, I'm more likely to share and tell him, like, yeah, dude, like when you did that, that hurt. Like, next time, like, why don't you want to, like, I like it when you do that. Yeah, no, do that a lot. Even during the whole whatever happens, I tell him, like, no, do that again. Oh, no, do that again. You know, hence he gets that you should do that more often, kind of thing. Okay. I don't know now.
I feel like when there's a stronger connection, emotional connection between the two of you, it turns into something bigger than the actual activity. Because with my current relationship, there are moments where we'd even stop and just hug. It would literally, would stop and we would hug. And the tighter he held me and the tighter I held him, we would get pleasure from that. That is the craziest thing and the weirdest thing, but it's probably the best thing. And for me, I feel like this is what it should be, where it stops being about the act and what we're actually doing, which is trying to be closer. And when it stops, and it doesn't happen all the time, like it's a thing. It's just but it's happened twice where it's so deep that you even want to cry, not because you're sad, but I'm so close to you, and you're so close to me, and I can hear everything you're saying without actually saying it, and it's probably the best thing ever.
The crying thing freaks people out. Dude, don't do it. No, it's like when it happens, it's cool. It's happened, like the first thing you're thinking is, shit, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Going to jail, it's gonna be bad, gonna get accused. And then there's tears but a smile, and then you're like confused. It's like, that was great, and it's like, why? And it's like, oh, emotions. But I understand you. What I wanted to say was, a lot of the time, like with everything human beings do, we find something that we're supposed to do naturally, which nature has given us a trick, a reason to do it. Because honestly, if sex didn't feel good, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The species would have died out years ago. No one would do it, there'd be no babies. Right? And we took it and we perverted it because we took away the function and we kept the reward. All we want as humans is the reward. And we're clever enough to say, okay, if I do this, I'll get this reward, dopamine, right? The good feel-good hormones. If I do this, I'll get this. And I can do this to prevent the outcome, or I can work around it. Look at drugs, look at food, look at alcohol, look at gambling, look at everything that human beings do. all we want is the reward. So whatever way we can do it to get the reward is however we can, and we will. And that's what's happened with sex. Sex is now about just getting that feel-good release. And now you forget the emotional aspect. You know, men were taught for the longest time to ignore the emotional aspect. So now you get the situation where everybody thinks, okay, a guy just wants to put his dick in something. And, you know, women are now considered to be very emotional during sex. And it's not the truth. It's balanced. It's very equal, you know. That's how it should be, but it isn't. Because we took away the function of it only to keep the reward part. We just want to feel good.
Okay, about the crying thing. I'm the crier. And I want to explain that she's not actually crying. What happens is women are different down there. So if it's someone that's not been sexually active like her whole life, not her whole life, but for the longest time, she's not had a lot of different things happening with her. When she is stretched, it's like when you're constipated. It's like when you're constipated and it actually, that part where it releases, there's a tear that always... Is that tear? It's not you that actually is like crying, oh my God, thank God. It's actually because of all that, not tension, but because of that, when that is happening, the stretching and all of that, because of the penetration, when it's what? Not flexing. Well, that activity, when that happens with her, the tears are actually natural. It's nothing she's controlling. And trust me, half the time, I'm like, why are they coming out? Like, stop, because my boyfriend also used to panic and be like, okay, what's going on? And I told him, no, it's nothing I can control. I'm not actually doing it. It just, some people are tighter than others. So when the penetration actually happens, it's that release that is happening.
Okay, can we move on, please? You know what? I'm looking at the time. And I'm looking at what we have to burn through. Let me start here. Fetishes. The weirdest things that you guys have heard of. Now, let's not make it personal. Weirdest fetishes that you guys have heard of. Perhaps if you can share your own. Okay. Yeah.
I was watching a video. I wasn't watching, somebody else was watching it, but they were showing me. I don't know if it was sexual or not, but some lady. No, I wasn't watching porn. It was a video on YouTube. It was a countdown of weird things people do. Some lady would eat diapers with pee in them. I don't know if this turned her on or not, but she'd do it. And it bothers me a hell of a lot.
One word. Corporophilia.
What?
Corporophilia.
What's that?
A sexual love for the act of defecation and incorporating that into sexual acts. So eating it, having it being done on you, doing it on someone, corporophilia. That's some messed up stuff, man.
There's another one. When I was finding out what truffle butter actually is, there's another one where people go to cemeteries, dig up a semi-decomposed corpse, and then have sex with it. I forgot what it's called, but
Necrophilia.
No. Isn't necrophilia the one with it's the person that emotionally or something, where there's still a proper body, they just cold? This one is and then this one, the person was like, they like going down on the corpse and then somebody jumping on the stomach of the corpse. That creeped me out.
No, you read what you were reading? We were reading Urban Dictionary. 90% of that shit is a lie.
Wow.
That Urban Dictionary stuff, most of it is a lie. People don't do that. Like a Superman, no one ever does a Superman. First of all, no one has those kinds of reflexes. Okay, a Superman is when the guy ejaculates in his hand and then wipes it on your back, sticks the sheet onto that, so it's stuck on you like a cape. That's why Soldier Boy sings, then we Superman that hole.
Get out!
Oh, only you!
Yes. That's what that song is about.
Can I just say, I've been singing that song.
Since you were a child.
Hey.
Does anyone?
I have one. Not I, but like I know one, but it's not as extreme as what you guys mentioned. No, a foot fetish. I know someone that loves feet, like nice toes, feet that smell good, like a serious. But like he's a serious foot fetish. Like he has that. It's serious.
I'm there too, but they don't turn me on. I just like them. I won't go sniffing shoes and wanting to paint your toenails or whatever. I just like looking at nice things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Sure. I've heard of guys who don't really have sex with girls unless they've got like long hair because they like to pull on it, and the pulling thing, or I don't know if it's the roughness of pulling the hair or if it's just pulling hair in general that makes the whole experience that much better. But there are guys that do that. Others I don't know. The feet thing I don't understand. I'm sorry. I have this thing with feet, bruh. People, no.
I have a friend who likes being choked during the day. Not death choke, but constricting to a point. She likes the euphoria of it. It creeps me out, but that's what she likes.
Okay, can I just talk about that hair thing? Like, I heard what you said there, but I just feel like sometimes guys take it too far. Like, don't, like, if a girl has braids, don't pull her hair. You're gonna mess her hairline. Like, the minute we take off these braids, our hair starts from here now. So, like, if it's like natural, like, just, like, yeah. But in terms of the foot fetish thing, the person that I know, what he does is he likes like kissing the feet and just playing with them, and not kissing like French kissing guys really. No, as in like it's more of you know what?
Can I just say that there are guys who like actually suck on toes and they French kiss the toes and lick them and stuff like that. Like that's how deep
You can give a guy a foot job.
Yeah?
You can give a guy a foot job.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
There's some weird fetishes out there. I think the pulling hair thing falls under people who like to reenact rape scenarios, rough sex, violence, sex, which is beating and BDSM as well, sadism, masochism, brutality. There's pretty sick people out there. To each his own, though. I mean.
Yeah, this is a non-judgment place.
Yeah,
like if people have those fetishes, it's fine. We'll smile with you, judge you in our heads, but it won't show. It won't show in our faces, and we won't say it.
The only fetish I have is my neck area. If that happens, finish and clear. Finish and clear. And I don't know, it's a certain spot, I'm not aware where it is, but there's a certain spot, even if you breathe. I have an experience.
Should I not look at you? I'm sorry, that's my face.
I kill myself every day. But at the same time, I found out a lot about myself and where it came from, actually. So one day, I'm at home, ordinary day, and then my mom hugs me, right? And because I come from a very tall family, I'm actually the shortest, but my mom is the shortest. So when I'm hugging her, she breathes against my neck, and I didn't like how my body responded to it. So I pulled away really fast. I actually prayed about it.
Did you moan?
I've never said this to anyone.
So now the whole world knows that there's someone out there. And so the next time, so she didn't understand why I pulled away so fast. And I was like, enough hugging for a day. So another time, I was still at home. I was playing with, we were joking around, and my mom has this thing where she wants to tickle people. And so I hugged her as a form of defense. And then I did the same thing accidentally, and she did the thing. You know, she was like, she panicked. So I was like, I inherited my mom's soft spot. So in my mind, I'm like, so does this mean we're even? So yeah, I played about it.
So people's soft spots genetic now. You inherit your soft spot. That just feeds me the fuck out. No.
It'd be like if that were the case, like you'd ask yourself, okay, so pretty much I can't touch my parents because in one way or another something might happen accidentally, especially if someone moves the wrong way, then it's like, it's awkward. Yeah.
I actually don't hug my dad. I don't kiss my dad. It's very uncomfortable because of that experience. I was like, maybe now if my dad did the same thing by mistake, then technically both my parents can turn me on. So it became very traumatic, and I don't want to touch him anywhere. And then it's like, my daughter.
We hear you, Pete. We hear you. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap this one up, and then we'll come back.
I will come back to this.
6 2.0. So I'm sorry. Your thing is